Guest is Jim Fish. Jim is the CEO of Brunswick Senior Resources. Jim, welcome to our show.
Thanks. Great seeing you again.
And you as well. You have a great story to tell, and we were talking before we went on the air. There's so much to tell about Brunswick Senior Resources. Let's see how much we can get in just a few minutes.
Sounds good.
I went on your website prior to this gathering, and I was just astounded at not just the volume, but the number of services that are offered to seniors. First off, let's talk about seniors. Seniors
Sure.
are what age?
Sure. Seniors are, right now, we have programs and services that are mostly from ages 60 plus. We do have a few things for people that are 55 and older, but most programs are geared for folks 60 years of age and older.
Okay, and to remind our viewers, this county is heavy into senior citizens.
Yes, it is. Not only is it one of the fastest growing counties in the state of North Carolina and in the nation, it's mostly retirees that are moving here.
Right.
And so, as a result of that, we've got well over 45,000 people that are over the age of 60, and that's about 38% of our total population.
And those numbers will continue to grow.
They will. That is not going to change. As a matter of fact, that's a trend that's being reflected nationwide. Seniors are living a lot longer, healthier, and they're here to stay.
Let's credit our county commission for having the vision a number of years ago to start anticipating this need and providing senior centers around the county. Let's talk about that for a moment.
Yeah, it's the phrase has been coined called the silver tsunami, if you can imagine. And Brunswick County had a terrific vision for that many years ago, starting in 2004 really, and then by 2007 they had put in their capital improvement plans to start building 5 full-service senior centers, one in each of the 5 county districts. And so that process began, and then the economy did. One got built. One got built out in Southport. Beautiful center out there.
I've been there a number of times.
Yep, it's very nice. And but the economy went down a little bit, and so that vision unfortunately was put on hold for a little while. One of the things that was born out of that, though, was an opportunity to acquire buildings that already existed, and because there was a flood of commercial real estate available on the market, it wasn't moving very quickly, and so there was a chance to get some really nice buildings at just wonderful prices, and to be able to start to convert those into senior centers.
And we can look back now and know that we have 5. Am I right?
Well, we've got 4 now. There's five total in planning, and Calabash will be the 5th one.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Leland was last month.
Yep. Leland was
and I want you to talk about that in just a moment.
Sure.
But Calabash will be the 5th, and it's on the way.
It's on the way. Yeah.
All right.
The property's been acquired for that, and renovation is supposed to start here in the late spring. And I don't like to select timetables for construction, but it's safe to say that it'll probably be within about a year that we'll be in there.
For our viewers, let's list those 5 centers.
Sure. So Leland opened it was the most recent one that opened, and then we've got Stone Chimney, and it's beautiful. That was a building that was brought out of, and that represents the Supply Lockwood Folly area. Beautiful building. It was the former Realtors Association building. Right. We've got a beautiful center, of course, in Southport that we mentioned, and then we've got the beautiful senior center there on Highway 17 on Express Drive in Charlotte.
Jim, I'm stating the obvious, but let's say to our viewers, if you haven't been to one of those, stop in and take a look.
They really should. It's not, a lot of people have a kind of a preconceived notion about what they think a senior center is.
Right.
And
they would be wrong.
They would be
at least in my judgment.
Absolutely wrong. It is not, gone are the days of people have these visions of that it's full of people with wheelchairs and sickly looking, and it's just not the case.
It's anything but that.
It really is. It's really for boomers and some of our older seniors that are still around. And you can have Tai Chi classes, yoga, we go on trips. Of course, there's still some traditional bingo and cards. People really like that. Meal is great, but there's educational opportunities, computer training, all types of activities. We'll have almost 100 different things that'll be going on in a full-service senior center available at any given time.
I mentioned, I think I'm relatively well informed, and I had no idea, and still don't appreciate the magnitude of all the services that you provide.
Well, I appreciate that. Senior centers are not only for services for folks that need them, but they really are for all seniors. Most people don't consider coming to a senior center to make new friends as a service, but really, when you come and you're expanding your network, getting to meet new people, or you've lost a spouse and you just need a new place to go, it's a great location for that.
Absolutely. There's so many services, but I did a little picking and choosing, and I
Sure.
wanted to mention a few that struck my fancy.
I'd be happy to talk about those.
Let's talk about the RAMPS program.
Sure. We have a Ramps and Rails program, so that's designed, and the way that works is funds are committed to purchase materials, and then we have somebody that organizes with volunteers in the community to build ramps for people that are at risk for isolation. So if somebody's
Right.
in a home and they need to be able to get out, to go to their doctor's appointments, to other things, and they need that service, that's something that we'll come and do.
Terrific program.
Yeah.
Prescription assistance. I had no idea of the information you're about to provide our viewers.
Sure. The Prescription Drug Assistance Program is a very important one. Very few people you'll run into don't have some sort of medication that they have to take for some reason.
Sure.
So everybody has to bear the burden of the cost of medication. Well, you can come to Brunswick Senior Resources and meet with one of our representatives, and they will shop and look for the best cost or the best price that they can get for your prescription medication.
So if I get sticker shock on a particular medication that's provided to me, suddenly it's $100 instead of $10,
Yeah.
I can come see some of your experts
Yep.
and get some counseling and perhaps some assistance on that.
That's correct. That's exactly right. And what we'll do is we'll shop those and try to get the best possible option for you. And in most cases, we're able to find something. And since that program's been been with the organization now, gosh, more than 10 years, we've helped save over $16 million off the retail cost of medications for our seniors.
Wow, that's astounding
Yeah.
and so impressive. Jim, tell us about the Family Caregiver Program.
Sure. Family Caregiver Program is a really important program. There's a lot of baby boomers that are actually still taking care of their parents. And that is really, in many cases, a full-time job. And so what the Family Caregiver Program does is we subcontract with a healthcare agency, and they'll send a professional into your home, and they'll sit with your parent, for a few hours, just so that
Sure.
you can, go grocery shopping or go to a doctor's appointment or do some things that you need to do for yourself.
And we know that being a caregiver is as debilitating as it is for the person receiving the care in many cases.
It really is. It's very stressful. There's a lot associated with it. And we know that if we can keep that caregiver healthy and upright, that's the best situation for both parties. It helps save an overall term of costs, for everyone, but most importantly, it affords that individual the dignity of being cared for by a loved one.
Well, you say that so well. Meals on Wheels.
Yes.
Let's make that the last one, and then we'll talk about some of the things that you might like to talk about.
Sure. Well, Meals on Wheels. Brunswick Senior Resources will serve about 100,000 meals annually to local seniors that are shut in. And the Meals on Wheels program, of course, is a lot more than just food.
Sure.
In many cases, we have a lot of folks that they've moved here from another area, they've lost a spouse, they might be estranged from other family members, and they could be all alone. And so
Might be the only visit that they get that day.
it
or
really
that week.
is. That can happen, and it does happen more frequently than you would probably like to think. But that Meals on Wheels driver, they form a bond with that person.
Absolutely.
They bring them a meal. They check on them. They see how they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And ask questions. And if there's any concerns that they have, they'll report that back to one of our case managers. So that if we need to get some additional help to that person, we can do it.
And I'll bet you there are individuals watching this show that are so caring and so capable that they would enjoy serving Meals on Wheels.
Yes, it's a great way. We've been very blessed in this area with not only the people that are from here, but also the people that are moving in. They come from these wonderful backgrounds, very, very philanthropic, very service-minded, very service-oriented, and they've cleaned out the garage now 5 or 6 times. They've played golf every day for 6 months, and now they're starting to have this feeling like they should be doing a little bit more.
Sure.
Meals on Wheels is a great way to do that. You can come down, you can volunteer. It doesn't have to be an everyday thing. If you can only do Meals on Wheels once or twice a month and maybe just visit one person, that's fine.
Well, let's expand that a little bit and talk
Sure.
about volunteers in all the realm of senior services.
Sure. There's plenty of volunteer opportunities, and we love to have those folks that are in their 60s to come on down to volunteer. They have great skills. They come from these tremendous backgrounds. They have a lot to offer, and we need that help. And by doing that, you can kind of get the sense and the feeling that you're building something for yourself that you might need, 20 years down the road.
Sure,
So
the rewards are right here.
they really are.
Jim, before I forget, I want to give ATMC, the good folks here at ATMC, a plug. Help us out.
Oh, absolutely. Boy, do we love the folks at ATMC. Not only have we been the beneficiary of several of their grants over the years, which have helped support Meals on Wheels and nutritional supplemental programs and other things that we do for our seniors. Recently, they moved one of their stores and gave us a call and donated the contents, which was a series of cubicles and office furniture, so that we could upfit our Stone Chimney location. And it's been
And
wonderful.
wow, could you use those?
It's just fantastic because you can open these centers, but it's still incumbent on us to be able to stock them and furnish them.
Right.
And this was really just a godsend to have ATMC step in, provide this opportunity for us. And so we were able to move those cubicles over. We've set them up, and it's just been great.
And I'm glad we could give them a plug. Thank you, ATMC.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you, ATMC.
We mentioned is it the 5 major facilities in the county?
Yep.
But there are several others.
There
And
are.
let's distinguish those as well.
Sure. We currently run 10 different locations.
Okay.
As presently constituted. A couple of those will close down as we consolidate the Sunset Harbor and the Lockwood Folly location over at
Stone Chimney.
Stone Chimney. And so we'll be running 8 locations. But we have a toehold, if you will, in some of the smaller communities like Ash and Town Creek and in Oak Island, and we were able to provide services to those locations as well.
I want to wrap it up by making a pitch, maybe several pitches to the folks watching this show. Go to the website. There's so much to see. It's amazing.
Yep.
And finally, go to the site itself. Go to your closest senior center and check
Absolutely.
it out.
Yeah, pop in. It's most operating hours are from 8 to 4 o'clock. So come on in, say hi, and stick around. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Jim Fish, this program has grown in large part due to your leadership, and we thank you for being with us today.
Well, I
It's been
appreciate
great.
it. Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.